Good morning, everybody. We are still in Acts chapter 7, and today I'd just like to draw your attention to verses 44 to 48. And this is where Stephen is using the charge supposedly brought against him of blaspheming the temple and the law, and he's using it again to flip it on the council, which he has already kind of subtly been doing. Talking about Abraham, Joseph, Moses, all people who were chosen outside of the promised land, who God has been constantly working amongst and working with his people. But in this bit he contrasts the tabernacle and the temple. And the tabernacle was movable. God has always been amongst his people wherever they've gone. And even the temple, as right as it was to build and as great and as brilliant as it would have been, it's still not the ultimate purpose for God. The temple was never designed to last forever. It was to point to something greater still. The temple itself was a place where kind of heaven and earth met, or heaven and earth meet. It's kind of like that's what temples kind of represent in the Bible, the kind of meeting place of man and God. And that's why we see in Revelation that God is bringing his heavenly dwelling to earth to be amongst men and women. And just like Jesus says to the woman at the well, she comes up to him and she says, "What temple do you worship at? Which temple do you go to?" And Jesus responds. He says, "There will come a time where you will go to neither temple, but you will worship the Lord in spirit and in truth." God is bringing his purposes around, and we are now living in the good of that. That you and I, we don't have to go to a certain temple, we don't have to travel to Jerusalem. We have the Spirit of the living God amongst us right now. And as much as we've missed meeting together, even a Sunday service, God is not confined to. God doesn't dwell in houses made by human hands. God dwells amongst human hands. God dwells through human hands like you and me. We have access to God this morning, and it's a great reminder, even to myself, that we can know God personally right now. We are Emmanuel. God is with us. And as even we look forward to what's told in Revelation, that one day God will bring the fullness of heaven and earth together. But even until then, we have the Spirit of God. Jesus goes and he says, it's better that I go, that I can send the Holy Spirit amongst you. And I will not leave you as orphans, but will send the Spirit amongst you. So let that come as an encouragement to us this morning, that God is dwelling amongst us. God is dwelling not in things made by human hands, but God is dwelling amongst our human hands and through us and with us. And God is able to bless and to perform all sorts of miracles and signs and wonders, and to bless us with his presence. So let that encourage you, and hope that sets you up for a wonderful day, and be blessed.